everybody. We're going to talk about coffee with a purpose today. So what is coffee with a purpose? Well, a few years before I actually started Five Loaves, I had this idea, so to speak, that I would sell coffee, and I didn't know for what purpose. But a couple of years later, when I started the Pantry, I decided that we were going to need some financial assistance and that I would create Coffee with a Purpose, which is Five Loaves Coffee. And so it began. I started researching places to find the coffee, wholesalers to buy. It just, nothing ever clicked. And because of the mission trip to Honduras that I took, I Googled coffee farms in Honduras. Ended up finding a special lady that has a coffee farm in Honduras, and she also is a U.S. citizen that lives here in the United States. And it just so happens that it's in Texas, down in Tomball, Texas. And I went and I called her, and she immediately began to thank me about going on a mission trip to Honduras and taking care of those people, the poorest of the poor. I felt a connection with her right away, and so I drove down there and I met her. I toured her facilities, and anyway, here we are. So Coffee with a Purpose. This is our Honduran dark roast. We started out with just two coffees, Honduran, and we did dark and medium roast. And so what that does is 1 pound of our gourmet coffee lets you purchase, it's $10, and it lets us purchase 28 pounds of food for a family in need. That's exciting. So when you purchase one of our coffees, you're giving 28 pounds of food to the pantry. You couldn't go to the store and do that. So I'm very excited. So about how this is. So I'm going to tell you the different coffees that we have now. We roast, grind, and bag our own coffee here at the pantry. We didn't at first. The place that we get it roasted it, and occasionally it still roasts it for us because we either, during the pandemic, we haven't been able to roast. We just don't have time. And so they're roasting for us right now. A few years back when we started the Coffee with a Purpose, the Five Loaves Coffee, I met a couple, George and Dixie, and they were at the Lakes Church at the time, and they were touring the pantry, and I was showing them around and began to tell them about the coffee area where we have special needs students that come and learn life skills. So that's what they do. They learn life skills here at our coffee area to be able to hopefully eventually get a job doing something along those lines. Well, George's eyes lit up, and he says immediately, "Do you want a coffee roaster?" And I said, "You have got to be kidding me." I just started crying. And eventually we went out to another friend of mine, Lon Ricker, went out to his land where George had stored the coffee roaster, and George began to clean it off, and we brought it in, and he fixed it up and showed us how to roast coffee. And so from the beginning, it's been a godsend. God's hands have been in it all over. You can see it. Things like that just don't happen. So we now have 5 different coffees. We have our Honduran dark roast. We have Honduran medium roast. We have Guatemalan. We also have Brazilian. And we have Costa Rican. So we also have it, and so those are $10 for 1 pound. And that is a full pound. We also have K-Cups. So our K-Cups are $5 for a box of 12. You cannot get those anywhere cheaper. And we have those in the same, exact same kinds that I just said in the K-Cups. So when we started, we were in a small area, and we were able to get create a larger space. So during the pandemic, our students could work and have more room here in the coffee area. And so I'm just going to kind of take you around and show you. That's where we're at right now. Here's all our coffees that are set up, our K-cups, so you can look at the different kinds. And so we have beans in our coffee area. There's our grinders right there. Over here is our K-cup machine where they do, and then we have a sealer back there behind. You can't see it because it's hiding back there. But anyway, I just wanted to give you a quick tour of that. We are so blessed, and we hope that you'll try our coffee, Five Loaves Coffee, because it is coffee with a purpose that gives back not only to the food pantry, but those students that learn life skills here that are special needs. We hope you'll log on to our website and www.fiveloavesfoodpantry.org. You can send me a message. You can tag me on Facebook, and I'll be glad. You can come to the pantry and purchase coffee here. Several people have it in their shops. Wiley Flower and Gift sell it for us. Wiley Printing sells it for us. Firewheel Classics, Mustang Parts sell it for us. We also have Massage, Bliss, and Cryo here in Saxe, and of course you can always come to the pantry and pick it up. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day and come see us.